welcome to another episode of the playonultra podcast. This is episode 100. And it's supposed to be special or something. Meh. Anyways, yes, we've been doing this for 100 times. About 2 years. What the fuck are we thinking?
Think of how much we could have accomplished in that time. I could have learned another language.
On average, I think our episodes ran for about 1.5 to 2 hours.
Probably. Our early episodes were crazy long.
Yeah, so and our later episodes were like 1 hour plus. So I'll put it at 1.5 to 2. So you could have saved 200 hours. You could have played The Witcher 3 twice. Could have played Mass Effect.
That's what I should try to start doing. Is just play a video game while doing the podcast each week. And just see how many episodes it takes me to do the thing.
What else can you do? You probably could have learned the basics of a language. I think
it's true.
Yeah.
I need I need split headphones. Like, so one ear is you guys, the other ear I can practice like an electric guitar and like practice an instrument at the same time or something.
All of a sudden instead of talking, we just hear you go no. Like, what is he doing?
So yeah, enough shitting on ourselves. So for episode 100, we're gonna be doing something special. So this special thing is not really that special. We're basically going to be, the three of us have a bunch of questions to ask each other because we don't have any other friends. That's why.
No.
We ask each other these whatever questions. We don't know them. This is totally blind. I don't know what they're gonna ask. They don't know what I'm gonna ask. So
Some of us may be making out questions on the fly.
Probably.
Yep.
But just a heads up, I have like 100 questions, and all of them is basically kill, marry, fuck, because I'm uncreative like that. So yeah, I have 100 kill, marry, fuck questions. That's literally the only thing I have.
Can we do bed, wet, and behead? Because that rhymes. I like that better.
Say that
bed,
again?
wet, or behead?
Bed, wed, or behead. It's the same thing. Bed, wed, or behead.
Okay. Okay. Bed, wed, or behead. Okay. And again, thank you very much for listening to the playonultra podcast. We appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in. You can reach us at playonultra. The Twitter is still alive, so you can. I still check it once in a while. I do get notifications, so if you want to tweet at playonultra, I'll get it. And you can also send emails at playonultra@gmail.com. So yes, let's get started. Shara, Jonathan, bring it on. So
who gets the first question?
I have no idea. Just shoot. Who wants to shoot?
All right, I have a question for you all. This is super random.
Are you going to answer that question yourself? Okay, so are we going to answer the questions ourselves?
Hey, that's the first question.
And that's your one question. I mean, I plan to try. Some of these I don't know how I would answer, but I'll try my best.
I probably will as well.
Especially this first one. I'm not sure how I'll be able to answer this one, but we're going to try my best. Okay. If you could feasibly turn pro, as in like you basically play this game for a living for tournaments, what game would it be?
Can it not be a multiplayer game?
Yeah, like speed run a single player game. Like I'm the guy who plays that game the best.
Or are you talking about esports?
I mean, well, not. I was hoping more than esports, but if I was hoping some kind of competitive game. If you want to do a speed run, I'll allow that too, because I might have to do that because I don't know what competitive game I'd be good at.
I'll say Smite for me.
Smite.
Yeah.
Smite.
I don't know that there's like a competitive scene for this game at all, but one of my favorite franchises that does support multiplayer is the Heroes of Might and Magic franchise. So I'd probably go with Heroes of Might and Magic 3, but I also like 5, but probably 3.
Nice.
I'll say Smite because a lot. It's the only multiplayer game that I was decent at.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how to answer this question, to be honest. I'm not good at multiplayer games usually.
Speedrun Phoenix Wright.
Yeah.
And he can just speed read a visual novel.
Yeah, isn't
Right.
there's like this really popular guy that does that on TV shows, right?
What?
Like
think
really
so.
long time ago, like a bald guy I remember or something.
I'm
don't even know.
sure. I'm
Yeah.
sure.
And he sped read on television. People watched him just read things really fast. Oh, interesting.
I mean, he was like guests on like talk shows and shit like that.
Oh.
Oh, I know a game I might try to speedrun. I wouldn't be good at it, but I was a huge fan of the Nancy Drew series. I would probably try to speedrun some of those games because there's puzzles, so like it's not necessarily just memorization
Reading.
of where to
Right.
go. So
So, crucial question: would you be one of those speedrunners who uses like secret sequence breaking things, or would you like I gotta do everything?
Ooh,
Those two are
I
two
probably
different
would
categories, right? They
I mean, they're two different things. I don't know how speedrunners
I mean, like,
really
there's,
like
I think if you do,
count them.
I think you can do like both runs for the same game, and you'll be like the champion of like each category or something.
I see. I don't know. I don't know if they do that. Just because I don't know. It's super hard to definitively say that is an exploit or not an exploit. You know, like which thing's a feature,
Right.
which thing's an exploit. Sometimes
Knowing
it's
me,
clear
I'm
cut,
pretty-
but not always.
Yeah, I'm pretty bad at finding exploits, so I'd probably just like go for the whole thing. To be honest with you. So yeah, that's my first question. Someone else
I wonder
go.
how quickly I could retire. Like in this scenario, this is my job. So like I picked a game that I love, you know, that I hopefully wouldn't burn out on, but if it was my job, like I could burn out pretty quick on any single game.
A few months
It's
ago,
true.
there was actually a feature on a really popular speedrunner. I think she's also a trans. She's a male to female trans as well.
I think I remember
And-
reading this.
But the feature was about how bad her hands got because of speedrunning
Yes,
every day.
I did read this.
I can't remember
Jeez.
who she is. It's just
Yeah,
that
I don't
she's
remember.
basically has like probably like chronic pain, carpal tunnel, all that shit. And
Do
the thing
you
is,
remember what game she was known for?
I probably one of the
'Cause I
retro
don't
games, but
either.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely an old game, but I don't remember
The thing is, the thing is, because it's like a retro game and stuff, she uses controllers, which is more in your, natural hand position. Usually people who have like chronic hand pain is like people who use mouse and keyboard, right?
They have like ergonomic keyboards though. Like
Yeah.
I've seen like sideways mice and like the keyboards
Yeah.
are like two like
But
pits.
since the controllers, you do hold them
Yeah.
your hands are sideways, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I'm
Doesn't mean
surprised.
necessarily, like thumbs.
I guess I'm surprised, but I think because she played so much of it that the position just
Like-
didn't matter after that.
Like she was doing like a
Yeah.
full-time job, right? Like 8 hours
She
a
was
day.
streaming as well. Yeah, streaming
just
and like
reiterating
trying
the
to,
same thing.
right.
I'd go crazy. I can't.
And because of that, she can't do it anymore, and she like lost quite a lot of income and stuff. And
yeah, like what do you do after that? Like, oh well, I can't
she
do
said-
the
I
thing
think-
I'm good
I think,
at.
I think the article said she was trying to like just go into regular streaming and not like
Okay.
fuck up my hand streaming.
Sure.
Right.
Hmm.
It's really scary.
Hope-
Actually, that's one of
just
my
hopefully
biggest
got a,
fears.
Got a base
We-
people.
We use this shit like so much.
Losing my hands is a big fear of mine, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking at work about how blind
Stretch.
people program, because there's a lot of support for blind people programming, like voice to text kind of stuff, where they have like special like tactile keyboards or tactile monitors.
Can you
Which is
imagine being a blind programmer and you have to search for a freaking extra dot that you put somewhere?
Yeah, I don't know how you debug.
There are probably debuggers that help you do that.
Well, if it's text to speech, theoretically, it does it all. I don't know. There's there's a lot of different ways, I assume. What game was I playing? There's a Kickstarter game I was playing. Was it Curious Expedition? No. One of them has a programmer who I don't remember if he has no arms or doesn't use his arms, but he programs with his feet,
Holy shit.
Oh wow.
which is pretty cool to watch.
Crazy.
In like the little
Yeah, I
status
bet.
update videos they were doing.
Oh, damn.
He was fast. Like he seemed as fast as a handy person.
Wow.
Handy
So yeah, kids, stretch. Don't
Stretch.
be sitting down and playing for 5
Do
hours
hand
straight.
yoga, pinky
Yeah.
push-ups.
Pinky push-ups. Like Bruce Lee. One-fingered push-ups. So yes, Fo, what is your question?
These are in no order of quality. The first one I wrote down is so this is a two-part question. It's two different questions, but they're both a lot similar questions. The first half is who is your favorite sidekick? Like from anything, movie, video game, book, comic book, like a sidekick character. Which one would you want to be your sidekick?
Clank.
Which I guess is a different who?
Clank from Ratchet and Clank, the small
Clank?
little robot guy, because he's really useful and he's funny.
It's a good answer. Utilitarian answer.
Yeah.
Does Toothless count? I want a dragon.
Yeah, Toothless counts. It's a mount. It's a
Does
thing.
what? Who count?
I'm gonna pick
Toothless.
from How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah.
Is
So
he
the
the
second-
main character though?
No. The main character is the kid,
boy.
the Viking kid.
Hiccup.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hiccup.
the son of Gerard Butler.
Yes.
I don't know what my answer to this is. I didn't decide what I wanted. Like if I wanted something utilitarian, I would have gone with like Helper, the robot from Venture Bros, or maybe Marvin the robot from Hitchhiker's Guide. Some robot probably. But if I wanted just like a wingman, I would have gone with like Silicious Crumb from Star Wars, because he could just laugh at every joke I ever make. He's like just the best guy. He just laughs all the time. Like I'm so funny.
That's funny.
The second question is kind of like,
Would we kill him?
which non-sidekick character would you want to be your sidekick? Like Batman's my sidekick now, kind of thing.
Darn it. Should I cheat and say Superman?
Sure. I mean, I wouldn't pick Batman. That's just an example. I didn't even think of this one about who I would
But
pick.
he's rich though.
Gandalf the Grey. Yeah, he is rich. A sidekick relationship's weird. I'm not a huge fan of asymmetrical relationships.
I can understand that. Oh, gosh, I don't know.
You can choose the same person. You can choose Toothless.
I don't
No.
know.
It's a good power.
Choose
He's a weapon.
That's
He's a
boring.
mode of transportation. It is boring.
I know. He's just good to have around.
Magneto. Just think about it.
Professor X.
I was gonna say
Professor
Professor X might be cool to have around.
He can do your homework for you.
We can be like, so what is he saying about me?
Exactly.
Like bring him to meetings and shit.
Yes.
Like you run a corporation, bring him to meetings and like, so can you guys like make them sign the contract?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I just finished
man.
watching the BFG movie, and like one of the plot points is like the BFG can hear anything in the world ever. So like the little girl's like good morning BFG, and he like hears her like way over in Giant Land, and there's like a whole point in the movie where like they go to the Queen for like military support to like help fight the not nice giants. And it's like, they should use him. Like, he knows all nuclear launch codes. Like, use this guy. He knows all the secrets in the world. He's like God, basically, in that
Oh
aspect.
my gosh.
BFG is that animated cartoon with the giant and the small kid.
Yeah, it's a CGI
It's-
live action hybrid.
Based on a book.
Yeah, a Roald Dahl book.
Yes, Rodal, yeah.
Is it good? Actually, I wanted to watch it, but then
Um,
it's like just paused and it's no longer.
It wasn't
showing
that good.
Oh,
I think so. I'm one of the few people who didn't read it in school, so I've never read the
Right.
book. So
Right.
it didn't have much nostalgia for me, and it wasn't bad. It was a little boring. It wasn't bad though. I don't know. I didn't. It's pretty.
Oh, it's
I like
a
seeing.
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Like as a movie, I think it's fine. The plot itself is just a little meh, which I blame more on the book than the movie. But I
Yeah.
don't know.
I couldn't tell you because I never read it either.
I'm not alone.
So yes,
Okay, your question.
I'll have Professor X to
X, yes.
make people sign contracts that they don't want to actually.
I should have rephrased this question. I should have made it be like, who would be your stand? Like, they just kind of invisibly float behind you and do like a move whenever you want them to.
Professor X.
Yeah. I was gonna say, Professor X, because I was thinking Professor X from like the X-Men fighting game, Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh, yeah. All right, I'm going to just give a silly answer. I'm going to say
punt.
Commander Shepard.
Commander Shepard.
Commander Shepard.
He'll keep asking
This
you.
is my
"Do you
favorite
wanna
store on
bang?
the Citadel.
Yeah, exactly. I'll just keep
Do you want to
forwarding
bang?
the entire
We'll
time.
bang, okay? We'll bang."
Okay.
So my question:
Favorite-
the first out of 100 of bed, what bed,
Maybe you
wet,
should be
Bed,
too.
wed, behead.
behead. I heard wet, like wet the bed. What? What?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Wed. It all rhymes. That's the point.
So who would you? Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, or Kylo Ren?
Oh, jeez.
That's easy.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's super easy.
Obviously,
Wed
you
Luke
kill
Sky-
Kylo Ren. You
Yeah, you
behead
kill
Kylo Ren.
Wed Luke Skywalker.
Yes.
Bed Han Solo.
Absolutely. 100%.
Easiest one ever.
I'll marry Kylo Ren.
What?
I'll kill Han Solo to gain his favor.
He's already married, dude.
And I'll fuck older Luke Skywalker because he kinda looks sexier now, I think.
That's true. He is sexier than young Luke Skywalker,
Right?
but old Luke Skywalker
Yeah,
is still not sexier than Han Solo at any point of his life.
It's just that Kylo Ren is a bit younger, so you can get to keep him, and he's edgy and he's different. You know, like it's not
No,
a
he's
phase,
not.
Mom.
He's not.
It's totally not a phase.
I do like Kylo Ren's
He's
character,
super
but
cliche.
of
Nope,
those
I don't even like his
choices-
character. I actually like the
I like his
actor.
character.
I like
Adam
the actor.
Driver?
I don't like the character. Yeah.
The actor's pretty great. Anyway, I'm not gonna get into
So I
his
guess
character.
what I want to say is I want to marry Adam Driver. I guess maybe I don't know
Sure.
because the other two
okay,
is like gonna
that's
die
fair.
anytime
That's
soon.
fair.
It's true. Adam Driver is like pretty funny anyway. So
If it's Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, or Adam Driver, then I'd behead Mark Hamill. Yeah, marry Adam Driver and bed on Harrison Ford.
I think
I like
that's
Mark
probably
Hamill.
fine.
Has a great Joker voice, but still.
That's pretty accurate. Yeah.
So yeah,
All right.
next
Guess
question.
Back to me. Okay. What movie could you watch every day for a week straight?
Every day for a week straight.
So you
Probably
basically
Princess
watch it 7
Bride.
times. Yeah, that would have been. I was thinking of that one too.
Sorry, what movie?
I'd probably.
I said Princess
Princess Bride.
Bride.
Oh,
That's one of my choices too, but I think I'm going to pick, mostly because I've seen this movie 10 million times and it still makes me laugh, I'm going to pick Hot Fuzz.
Hot
oh,
Fuzz
that's
is
a good
very
choice.
good.
That's a good
I love
ass
Hot
choice.
Fuzz.
I also like Galaxy Quest a lot, and Time Bandits.
Shit.
I don't know, a busy movie would be good. Like something you can just like look at the background a lot,
Yeah.
Fuck.
but it can't have too many annoying slow parts because you get really sick of it.
Yeah,
Like no tension. Because like I know how this ends already. Get to the thing.
exactly.
A comedy is a good example or a good choice.
Right.
I'll get back to you. Next question.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Bye. Okay.
Just jump in and interrupt as soon as the movie comes into your head.
Yep.
Okay. What is your favorite biome in a video game versus in real life? Like, in a video game, I really like mountain levels. But in real life,
okay.
I like forests a lot.
Oh,
In video games, I like really expansive, large, lush landscapes. Very green. The mountains is in the background. It's like really big. Can be empty. Sort of like the new Breath of the Wild Zelda 7 out of 10 game. And I don't want... Like Mass Effect Andromeda had a level called Haval. I don't want that.
yeah.
I don't want super foresty levels. I want like huge open landscapes, really green with like clusters of trees here and there, that kind of place. But in real life, I like. Does urban count as a biome?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Cityscape.
Yeah, I'm a city boy, so.
I like
Right.
when the video game has like a really good sound of like wind in tall grass. It's a cool one.
In real life, I kind of like the forest, because I'm from Michigan, so if you go up farther north, there's like dense forests, and I kind of like that, or like maybe even on the beach and such like that relaxes me. But in video games, I really like caves or like underground caves.
Yeah.
Because it's like secretive and like there's mysteries, and so yeah, it can be creepy, but I really like caves and stuff like that.
And the movie that I can watch
Yes.
every day for a week is John Wick 1.
Ooh, sure.
No dull moment in that.
Did you like John Wick 2? Did you see it?
Yeah. It was a basically my review of
Oh,
it
right,
was,
you saw it before I did. Right.
Yeah, it was
Because you were
pretty
asking
good.
me if you thought Lawrence Fishburne was
Magic Black Man.
Magic Black Man trope.
Yep. He was, wasn't he?
A little bit.
A little bit, yeah.
But I mean, like, it wasn't... I don't know that it was in a bad way, per se. It was kind of like in a very deliberate way.
Yeah. The entire like organization just became too mystical Illuminati for me, I think.
Yeah, the world got... It was less like, ooh, the secret organization. I was like, everybody in the world is part of some secret organization and knows
Right.
what's going on now. It's like, well, if everyone's in on the game, then no one's really, like...
Yeah.
There's no secret anymore.
Yep. Oh, so is it me now? Or do you have a
no,
second
sir.
part to that question?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, so who would you kill, marry, fuck? Last one, I promise. Last one.
You said you know
Ben Affleck's Batman. Yeah, I'm just kidding. There's no 100 killer. You can make 1,000,000 of these.
Sure.
I know.
So would you
Should you
wed,
three
or
different Kevin
behead
Bacons.
Ben Affleck's Batman, Henry Cavill's Superman, and Jason Momoa's Aquaman?
Oh, jeez.
I haven't seen any of these people. I mean,
I'm
I know
pretty
who
sure
the people
Sarah
are.
would either bang or wed Jason Momoa. I just don't know which.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out which one. I'm gonna take a chance and go with bed Aquaman, wed Batman because money, and behead Superman. I'm gonna take a chance and say that. Mostly
think
because
I
I
got
don't
the
see how I
same
can
thing.
live under the sea.
Definitely have to behead Superman. And yeah, Jason Momoa is definitely sexier than Ben Affleck currently.
That's
so,
accurate.
Same thing.
But I don't think I could wed him, so I'm gonna go with the bed version.
Yeah.
I would totally bang Superman and make him a naughty boy. He's just too scout boy to me right now. He always has. So bang him to make him a naughty boy. I'll kill Ben Affleck's Batman because he's just too emo, and Ben Affleck did like a bunch of really dumb movies, so he deserves that. And totally marry Jason Momoa because number one, I saw a Jimmy Kimmel thing with Jason Momoa, and the guy can throw axes. So like, what the fuck?
Right?
Anyone can throw an
geez.
axe.
Oh, he threw axes and is stuck to the target.
Hit
is what I'm trying
targets,
to
yeah,
say.
okay.
It was, and he was.
It was
drinking
super hot,
beer.
okay?
It was. It was.
While holding
yes.
a beer, yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the actor? There's an actor who, it's not Eddie Redmayne, but he is the guy who looks like he should be called Eddie Redmayne. He's the,
What?
he's like the ginger wildling from Game of Thrones.
Oh.
The one who's, there's like a meme of him being in love with Brienne of Tarth.
That's
Oh,
random.
what's his name? I'll find it. Yeah, that's your question. I'll find it.
And the reason why, another reason is because Aquaman lives in the sea. So I think that would be cool. I'm sure there's a way for humans to breathe under the
If
sea if
there's
they
a
really
way,
want.
yeah, okay. If there's a way, then yes, Aquaman is definitely being wedded.
And then there's probably like a storyline with me being like the human and then not accepted by the people, the aqua people, and then there's like this like really tension racism there, and then we eventually win the day, so it's like gonna be like totally romantic and shit. So yeah, totally marry Jason
Okay.
Momoa.
I mean, yeah, I can
It's
see
not even
that.
close, I think, to me,
Okay.
you know. And he has
his
long
character
hair,
name-
so
Yeah,
I put a lot of thought into this.
Tactical. I'm thinking of Christopher. Oh god dang it! His name Hivju. I don't know how to pronounce that in whatever.
HIVJ Hivju?
Hivju. I don't know.
Hivju.
His character's name is Tormund Giantsbane, but that guy, he looks like he should be called Eddie Redmayne, and I think he's pretty attractive compared. He's comparable to Jason Momoa. He's not as ripped, but he's cool looking.
What's his name again?
Christopher with a K and
Is
an
he
F
German?
instead of a P and an H. Hivju. He's from
Hivju.
Norway. Hivju.
He's not quite
Oh.
my type, but I can see why you.
He's got crazy eyes.
He does have crazy eyes.
He does not look like Eddie Redmayne at all. He looks like he
does
eats
not.
people like Eddie Redmayne.
He just looks like his name should be Eddie Redmayne.
Yes. Because he has more red hair than Eddie Redmayne.
Right,
Therefore,
right.
he is the Eddie Redmayne.
Right.
Yes.
He's more
Eddie
worthy
the
of the
Redmayne.
name.
The Redmayne of red.
He does have a
Yeah.
cool look. I do agree.
This is my old coworker. But with more hair.
Anyway.
Yeah, Sarah's question.
All right. So this is about music. What video game or movie soundtrack, or really any soundtrack from any kind of TV show, whatever, basically, could you listen over and over again?
So, wait, video game or is it TV as well?
Any
soundtrack that you can just listen to over and over again.
Yeah.
Well, the three
I have a
I've
couple
listened
of
to the
choices.
most, the three that I own, like on CD, and listen to in my car the most, are the soundtrack to Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, but that's mostly for like 2 songs on it. The audio book for the series of Unfortunate Events had a really good soundtrack because the author formed a band called the Gothic Archies and did a song for each one, which was actually really cool. And then also the soundtrack to Paprika.
Okay.
What is Paprika?
It's a movie,
Yeah, it's a.
isn't it?
Yep. Let me see. It's that movie. The movie poster on
Oh.
the. It's an anime,
Oh,
kind of like
yeah.
It's
Inception.
an anime movie. Yes.
It
So I
predates
need to watch
Inception.
it.
I haven't watched it yet.
But the idea is people go into dreams, and do stuff.
Yeah.
I heard really
It's
good
I need
things.
to
very,
watch it.
very pretty and a very good soundtrack.
Nice.
Yeah, I need to watch it.
I
Sci-fi.
highly
I
recommend it.
love me some sci-fi.
Oh yeah.
I grew up listening, even though I didn't really play Chrono Cross, I grew up with the soundtrack because my brother played that game all the time.
Good choice.
I don't know the
So
Chrono
I
Cross
really
soundtrack.
have to pick it. It's got a
It's
beautiful
really
soundtrack.
amazing. It's really beautiful.
Well, I mean, Chrono Triggers is
Yeah.
really good, so I'd expect.
Yes, Chrono Triggers
Cross
is
to be
also
as
very
too.
good, but Chrono Cross is what I grew
It's
up
better?
with, and
I
so
see.
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
glorious. Whenever I need any
It's
creative inspiration, I listen to that
beautiful.
soundtrack. I have to put, not necessarily saying this is like a wonderful soundtrack, but another soundtrack that I listen to very often is Memories of a Geisha. I listen to that soundtrack quite a bit, so I have to kind of put it on the list. I'm not saying it's like
As in that
wonderful.
recent movie soundtrack.
Recent-ish.
Yes.
Recent-ish.
I mean, well, yeah, it was 10 years ago.
10 years.
I
Yeah,
was
10
gonna say
years ago.
it was okay. 10 years.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna go that far, but I believe it.
I feel like I was in high school when it went
Yeah,
down.
yeah. Yeah, probably, yeah.
I didn't have a video game answer though.
Oh, wait,
I
is
kind of want
that
a video
it?
game answer.
Oh, well, yeah. What about you,
Oh.
Shar? Did you
Oh.
say one?
I want to say Chrono Cross because it's just too good. I'm not gonna...
Okay. Yeah.
Final Fantasy 8 because it's a Final Fantasy, and as well as being the first one I played, grew up with the songs, and that one I can listen to because it's so calming, and then the battle music is so upbeat, and the Nier soundtrack is fucking amazing. It's one of the best soundtracks I've ever heard.
It's very good.
Really
It's like Dark Souls, but even better.
And I heard that this Nier Automata, which is the game I still can't play because region law, fuck you, is also really, really good. I'm not sure if it's better, but
That's good.
yeah.
Oh, I need to put an honorable mention to that list, mostly because I used to listen to this all the time. Did either of you guys play Arcanum?
Arcanum, is it that steampunk game?
Yes, it's
No.
the steampunk measure. Okay.
It's a
So the
steampunk
gameplay was kinda
RPG,
fun.
right?
Yes. The soundtrack to it was meant to be like a 3 strings band. Like it was composed for this special like people who played strings, and I love string instruments, and so that to me, I love that soundtrack. It's very simple to be honest with you, but it's very like it is very good. It's very good songs.
Did you
So
play
I
the
have to
game?
put that as an honorable mention. I didn't play it myself, but I.
When you
know
say
what-
strings, you mean like with a bow as opposed to like bass and guitar?
Sorry,
all
it's
of
like
the
like
above.
violin and
Got
like
it,
it's like
okay.
violin, viola, and cello. I think it's a string trio, if I remember correctly, or a string quartet. It might be a string
'Cause-
quartet. I can't remember.
There's a band I like. They describe their genre as being heavy mahogany because it's like heavy metal, but they only use like ukuleles and guitars and that kind of thing. But no, I don't think there's any bow stringed instruments.
Yeah. That's it.
Next question.
So when you are scrolling through the interwebs, a good example of a specific site I'm thinking of would be like the Steam store page. What do you think is the biggest factor into you actually clicking on a game? Like, I've never heard of this game. I will click on it to learn more about it. Is it like the art or like genre?
If the screenshots show off really good looking art, that's probably the biggest reason why I would click on it.
Yeah. If it's got, I think the combination of the art and like the tags, like the genre tags. So if there's genre tags that I'm like interested in with good art, I will probably click on it.
Is it like I thought that was a question because I was looking through the Steam store page and I saw the signal from Tolva, that game you were talking about, Shar.
Right.
And I love that banner art. I'm like, that game looks amazing. And I click it, and the first thing I see are like, because the art's kind of, it looks kind of like, I don't know, watercolor? I don't know how to describe it. But then the game itself is like
cell shaded. I describe it as Borderlands without the dark ink outlines.
Well, but I mean, like, I don't know how to describe the banner art, because I love the banner art, and then I click on the game.
Yeah, the banner art looks like watercolor
painting. It's like modern CGI, and I find it very jarring when the banner is kind of this retro art style, and then the game looks great too visually, but it's so different. I was immediately like turned away from it.
Would you rather the banner somehow just be same looking with the game?
Yeah, I don't know, because like Chrono Trigger again has amazing art which looks nothing like the game because the game's all pixelated. Do I have the poster? I have the poster down behind me.
Oh, I see it.
That art's super cool. Like
I'm
the
so
Dragon Ball
jealous
Z
that you have that.
It came with the DS version.
The DS version, yeah. It's
Yeah, I think I remember
that version, because I think they did a reprint without the posters. I think that one is is way more expensive.
Well, it's not in good condition anymore. It's been on like 3 different walls, so it's like holes and But yeah, so I guess I don't want it to match per se. I have these unwritten associations, I guess, between like an art style and a genre of game, and so when those things don't match, it's like, whoa, cognitive dissonance.
I think, like, at least the signal from Tolva, the banner, sort of explain what the game is, just a little bit. Like, a lot of banners like is just like the font and some random stuff. And then when you go in, it's just like a 16-bit JRPG kind of thing.
The banner's great. It got me to click on the game. So, I mean, that's what you should really try to strive for, I guess.
I guess it did its job.
Yeah.
So, yes.
But like, clicking, yeah. So, yeah. Art all around, pretty much. That makes sense.
I think so, yeah.
And I think tags too. Because
tags help.
I do catch myself clicking more on anime-looking games.
Yes.
Hoping for a good JRPG or something.
If the top tags in a game are like 2D or 3D, I'm generally put away by it. It's like, really? It's like your number one qualifying factor is just like the aspect of the camera, like nothing about the actual gameplay. Like, those are important things to know, but they shouldn't be the leading things.
Right.
Yeah. But do remember that tags can be used. The users can put the tags in there. So, and I don't know how they arrange the tags. Is it alphabetical order? So maybe numbers go first?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Okay, so who would you kill, marry, fuck? No, I'm kidding. What game company or anyone, a person, a company, whatever, that you have an irrational hate for? Irrational hate.
Oh, this is hard for me because I don't really hate a lot of things.
You dislike this person thing, but you don't know why?
Okay. You may have to get back to me on that one.
Maybe hate is a bit too strong. Dislike.
Yeah. No, that's fine. I just in general, like, because I know so few game companies, I'm like, oh.
Can be a person.
I know there's. Yeah, I'm just trying to think.
Emma Watson?
Well, I know I have a very irrational dislike for... oh god, what's the game? I never remember the name of this game. The game that's super popular that everyone was playing in 2016. Everyone. 8-bit JRPG, strong music. You guys both played it. Undertale. I have a strong hatred for Undertale, and it's irrational.
But I do understand why. It's very, very hyped. Very hyped.
It was very hyped. I mean, I
it is
enjoyed
basically
it immensely, but
there's a webcomic. Dang it. It's a webcomic that's very, very popular at conventions to cosplay because it's very simple. Homestuck.
Homestuck.
To me, Undertale is the Homestuck of video games. To me,
I can understand that actually. I do. I think Undertale is better, but that's because I never got into Homestuck.
Sure, I'm fully aware. I've heard from many people whose opinions I trust that it is a good game.
Yes. No, it's definitely one of those
I
games
believe
that,
it's a good game.
Yeah, you kind of had to play it before the hype got bad, because once you played it when the hype got bad, it was kind of like, oh my god.
I think before Undertale came around, the Stanley Parable was that game for me as well, where I missed the train. Okay. It's like everyone's talking about this game. It's like, well, I'm never going to play it now.
Right. Go ahead, Sarah. I'm trying to think.
And I think also, like, after Undertale came out, there are quite a lot of games trying to emulate what it did.
Yeah.
Like, trying to be super meta, like, you know, just like, oh, wow, this is weird kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly, which is too bad. Who do I hate? Sarah, who do you hate? I don't know who I hate.
I'll say I dislike Emma Watson, and I don't know why.
I definitely don't like her. She's not that high on my list of things I don't like, though.
She's fine to me. Who don't I like?
Oh, I have a very, very irrational hate for... Maybe hate is too strong.
This podcast got negative.
What is Tim Schafer?
Oh, I can see that.
He is one of those auteur, I guess. Auteur, but...
100%.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think it's the hype. I think it's the hype. And I think that the fact that he can do no wrong, basically.
Yeah.
Almost, like he's immune to criticism or something.
He seemed nice when I met him at PAX.
I'm sure he's a nice guy. Like I said, it's very irrational.
Okay, I think I do have an irrational dislike for someone, and this is simply because I watched Indie Game the movie. The guy
Phil Fish, isn't it?
Phil Fish, is you're gonna say.
Oh, I was gonna say John. I think who's
Jonathan
the guy
Blow.
that made the? Yeah,
Fez?
I think so.
The guy that made Braid?
No, not Fez. The one who made Braid. Yeah,
Jonathan Blow.
Jonathan Blow.
I would think that documentary made Phil Fish look really bad.
But that's rational.
It made
okay, right.
We rationally hate Phil Fish. We irrationally hate Jonathan Blow. That's fair.
Irrationally, yeah, exactly. Just because like his whole his
I'm
his whole
smarter than you.
Yeah, that whole part. Just
read
really
a book, dumbass.
Yeah,
that seems kind of rational to me to hate him though.
I guess.
But yeah.
But like to the point that I wasn't even like, I don't know if I want to play his game. So
that documentary made people love the Super Meat Boy guys even more, I think.
Those guys are awesome.
They're awesome, especially the one who's actually married, because he actually seems like a reasonable.
Edmund Macmillan.
He seems reasonable.
He's probably the most human out of all of them, right?
Yeah, definitely. Is there anybody else? There's a lot of
I feel like I'm a very negative person in many ways. I feel like there's got to be something I'm not thinking about.
I'm not. That's the problem. This really isn't irrational, but I'm not a huge fan anymore of like Vic Mignogna, the voice actor.
What did she do?
Because
what was the role?
Ed Elric from Fullmetal Alchemist, Tamaki from Ouran High School. If you hear his voice, it's a very recognizable voice. His fan base is pretty toxic and huge and unbearable. And in the, not to speak too much on it, but in the con circle, people who run conventions, he's not pleasant to work with, and I have personal experience of that. So it's not really irrational, but he's well liked as far as, because he's actually a pretty popular voice actor. If you see, he's got a long list of stuff he does. Main criticism I have for him is that he doesn't have much of a range. His voices kind of sound the same in every single part. So, I mean, it's not really irrational, but I'm not a huge fan of him.
Undertale's pushing the limit for me almost. It was for a while about how hyped it was,
Yeah.
but it really died down quick.
So yeah.
They're still out there.
So yeah, let's move on. Sarah,
All right.
what's your question?
All right, my turn. All right. So this is kind of a weird because we do Let's Plays, but what's a game that you enjoy watching other people play? Whether it's through Let's Plays or for me, I grew up watching my brother play a lot of games. So what's a game you enjoy watching other people play?
But don't enjoy playing ourselves, or just particularly enjoy watching other people play? Okay.
I mean, either way, but maybe like a game you won't necessarily want to play, but you really enjoy watching other people play.
I like to watch a lot of like local co-op or like local versus type games. So Overcooked is a good one. I enjoy watching people play Overcooked because it's really funny. No, don't rain. No, don't rain.
For me, it's any horror game, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I think it's horror games because I'm not going to play them myself.
Yeah, I'm not.
I really like watching super best friends play Resident Evil because they're also super knowledgeable about the games. Like, so they'll talk a lot about like the development stories that they heard and that kind of stuff. I wish more people would play some puzzle games I like watch. Like, I want to see more people play Antichamber.
I like to watch one-offs rather than series, mostly. So that's why I like stuff like local co-op, stuff like Overcooked, something funny.
I'm the opposite of that.
Yeah, I prefer that. So yeah, Fo,
That's it.
what's your question?
What is your favorite, like, classical fantasy race?
Oh.
Ooh.
And why?
Okay, I'm gonna go with the boring answer. So,
Elves.
okay,
Elves.
No, actually, no. I almost thought that, but no. I'm thinking D&D races.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking halflings or hobbits, whichever. I
Sure.
mean, that's basically what halflings are based off of. I'm very short, but I also always usually like to play roguelike characters, and so halflings always fit my archetype. So, and they're very
Nice.
adventurous and jolly
My
and happy, and yeah. That's it.
My current D&D character is a halfling monk, and I'm quite enjoying him.
Yes.
This is tough. There's not that many though, is it?
Not really.
It depends on how much you want to stretch classic. Yeah, it's not if you're being strict, it's not many. And because I'm also thinking like, kind of like playable races. Like I wouldn't consider like Dragon a classic fantasy race, even though it totally kind of is.
Yeah.
True.
But I mean, I would accept like a orc as an example. Like you can choose bad guys.
Maybe like orcs or trolls. Like Warcraft
Greenskins.
trolls.
The Warcraft troll, the Jamaican trolls.
The Jamaican trolls. Yeah. Those are cool. Those are cool.
They're pretty cool. Bat riders are cool.
I don't have anything else. I think it's either orcs or trolls for me. And 4 is dwarves, right? That's just...
Of course, it's dwarves. Yeah. I mean, I actually really like orcs too. I just my DM was showing me he just got a recent extra like supplemental player's handbook thing for D&D 5.0, and it has the rules for playing hobgoblins, which I quite like hobgoblins.
Oh gosh, yep. Yeah, I bet.
It's raining now. Can you guys hear anything?
I cannot hear it.
That's good.
Nope. You're good.
I'm jealous.
It's not that heavy yet, so... Why do you rain at 10 o'clock in the morning?
When the lightning happens.
My next question is... Describe a game with one sentence that both explains it and don't really explain anything. I know it's really difficult. I don't even know if I can answer that.
Now you're thinking with portals.
Yeah, right. Darn it. Oh, man.
So wait, it explains the game and describes the game, is what you're saying?
Yeah, like use like one sentence to try to explain the game. So it both explains it and maybe to people who don't know what you're talking about, like totally doesn't explain anything, I guess.
or doesn't explain anything?
Both.
Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. The game we were just talking about earlier. Spare monsters or be a monster? Undertale.
That's a
Batman?
good one.
Thank you. It took me a moment.
Do you ever actually see a fire in Firewatch?
No.
Yeah, you do. You do it. You do it. I think you
guess
see
you
smoke
do.
at some point.
Oh.
I think there's
you
a
see
like, yeah. There's a thing happening.
If you can't answer, we can move on because I have no answer for that as well. I just
Here,
want to see what you guys.
I got one. I got another one. It's just one word. Jason!
Right.
That's it.
That totally
One of my
describes it, and don't describe it as well.
Totally
Yeah,
doesn't.
totally does.
Jason.
One of my favorite games of all time. The name of the game describes it. It's called Don't Look Back. It's a very short, like, so the first time you play it, it'll probably take you half an hour. But if you play it after that point, it'll probably take you like 10 minutes. It's basically just a side-scrolling platformer. Very, very, very simple graphics. But it's kind of like a allegory for... Who was the guy, the Greek story, who he had to escort his wife out of hell, but if he looked back at her, he lost the game?
Lot.
That was
Lot.
Lot? No.
think so.
No, you're thinking of the Pillar of Salt.
Oh, I am. Sorry.
That's like from the Bible. I'm thinking of the
sorry.
Greek thing. No, that's
Greek.
totally
You
fine.
said Greek. You said Greek.
Yeah.
Sorry. I missed the
No,
word
that's
Greek.
whatever.
I do.
Basically, so the way is you platform on the way in, and basically you fight your way into hell, and then you get your wife, and on the way out, it's a completely different like set of platforms, and you can never hit the right key because if you hit the right key, you turn around and your wife goes and just dies.
Oh, that story. It's music. You're. It starts with an E. It starts with an E.
It's not Oedipus.
What game is this?
It's called Don't Look Back.
Don't
Oh, you found
back.
it? It's a free Flash game. You can find it. So I found it on Newgrounds when it first launched. It's by Terry Kavanagh, who is of
yeah.
VVVV fame.
Yeah.
So the Greek
but he
story
makes-
is your. Sorry, go ahead.
No, if he has a website
Eurydice.
called Distraction. Eurydice? Okay.
The game, the game is a modern interpretation of the Orpheus and Eurydice.
Orpheus and Eurydice.
Wait,
yeah.
Greek legend.
Orpheus
Story.
is I'm thinking of Daedalus. Daedalus is the guy who invented the wings, and his son Icarus. Okay,
Icarus,
Daedalus is
yeah, no,
Orpheus. Orpheus is
It's
the Matrix
Orpheus
guy.
and Eurydice. Yeah, it's that story. I knew it started with an E and an O.
But I highly recommend you check out Terry Kavanagh's site Distraction because there's a bunch of like little short, like few minute games that have insanely good stories in them. Like Pathways made me cry the first time I played it. There's just some good stuff in there, and they're free. But Don't Look Back describes the game, and it's really good.
Okay, next question, Sarah.
Okay. This is kind of simple. What's a game? Foe's already gonna have an answer for this one. What's a game that seemingly a lot of people love that you don't really like very much? Mostly, I'm
All of
hoping
them.
it's because I'm hoping because you've actually played it though. So, like you've played this game. A lot of people really like it, and you were just kind of like, like not impressed. I'm trying to think of an answer myself, actually.
Oh, Vermintide.
I don't think I know that one.
I don't know if people like it anymore, but when I first played Vermintide, I did a little video about how much I didn't like it, and it's probably my most disliked video to date.
Are you talking about the review?
Yeah, it's like a review video.
Right.
People did not want to hear my criticisms, but then they also didn't want to play the game, so who was right in the end?
So a game that we played that a lot of people like that.
That, yeah, we
Okay.
didn't like so much. The one game I'm going to have to put on this list, and now I didn't really give this game much of a chance to be fair, but it didn't really draw me in like I was promised, but Morrowind? I tried it.
Oh,
and-
Skyrim's a good one for me.
Yeah, I really liked Skyrim, but I tried Morrowind, and I just wasn't super drawn to it. I didn't really continue playing. Mostly because it's an older game and the scenery is so, like, red and brown color scenery really deters me from wanting to play games for some reason. I don't deal well with those color tones. So that game was especially very red and brown, so I just kind of got bored. It was really hard to find out where I was supposed to go because everything kind of looks the same, and so it didn't really draw me in as I thought it would.
I'll get back to you. Foe, next question. What is your question?
Now we're getting into my bad questions, or not super great questions. This is a similar music one to Sarah's. What game do you think has the biggest ratio of being like bad game to best soundtrack? You're like, oh, this game's terrible, but I want to keep playing to keep hearing the soundtrack.
Nier.
You don't like Nier's not a bad game though.
No, the gameplay
but the
is really
ratio's so
unpolished.
good. Oh, is
That's
it?
what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. But it has a good story. It's
interesting.
basically like everything else is good except for the unpolished gameplay. But
Interesting. Like a jokey answer for me would be like Robot Unicorn Attack.
Did anyone play the old DS game Time Hollow?
I know it.
No.
Didn't play it.
It was a terrible game, but it was very much the kind of game where like they put all of their money into the art and music assets and not enough in like the gameplay stuff. And so the gameplay actually wasn't that bad, but it was really short. Like the game was really, really short. They had some pretty cool ideas what they were doing with it, and it worked, but like you could just tell that that's not where they put their money into. So it wasn't like a bad game, it was just way too short. I'm trying to think of other ones. I like Dear Esther, but I almost put it on the list just because, like, I'm not sure if you would play it multiple times, but the music's great.
Yeah. It has really good music.
It has really good music. I have the soundtrack.
The answer to Sarah's question.
I think the game didn't encode the soundtrack.
Right. So to answer Sarah's question, the game that you played, but a lot of people like that. Dishonored 2.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
A lot of people loved it. They thought it was a better game than the first game and all that. I was like, not really.
Okay, that makes sense.
I didn't finish Dishonored 1 because I didn't really like it. Well, I guess I did like it, but I didn't like what I learned about it, where I was playing it wrong. I should just finish it and see if that's true or not.
True enough. All right. Did you answer the question?
Interestingly, God dang it, Jazz Punk? No, not Jazz Punk. What's the friggin' skating game with the punk music? The old school one.
Jet Set Grind?
Jet Set Radio. That game is almost on the list, because like that game, it's one of those games that's so old at this point that it's kind of borderline unplayable when you go back to play it. Like the controls are just really hard. It's not that bad that I'd actually bring it up on this list, but it's close. It's an honorable mention.
Honorable mention.
Dishonorable mention? I don't know.
I can't answer that question. I guess Nier would be the best one I can come up with.
Sure. Like I said, we're getting into my bad questions.
I think most of the time, I would just stop playing the game, I think.
Yeah.
It's true.
A good soundtrack. I guess a good soundtrack isn't good enough usually to save the game, but I've definitely played mediocre games, like mediocre Flash games, for longer because of bad soundtrack, or like maybe RPG elements.
Right. Okay, so my next one is almost similar to Sarah's question. Jeez.
Jeez.
Almost similar to Sarah's movie question. But what series that you've watched before that you can binge on again?
Like a television series?
Yeah, it can be animated, but it's a series, not a movie. So you're supposed to binge on it.
Well, mine's definitely Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Mine is 100% Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I've never rewatched it. I've never tried rewatching it.
I've already watched it twice. Probably gonna do it again at the end of the year or something.
Star Trek's pretty good for me. Any TOS or Next Gen. I haven't tried the other ones.
Oh, jeez. I'm trying to think of, like, animes that I'm willing to binge watch.
I don't think the only anime I've rewatched, I think, was Gurren Lagann.
I don't know about you guys, but there's just something about animes that sometimes make it a bit difficult to rewatch a second time. I'm not sure why.
I think it's a different pacing, maybe.
Maybe pacing.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Like, I love Black Lagoon, but I'm not sure if I can watch it again. Maybe I'll give it time, then maybe I can rewatch it, but I'm not sure if I can.
Yeah, I've rewatched anime
It is
movies
quite depressing.
A bunch, but not shows.
I have a really hard time answering this question because I think about, like, the problem for me is that the things I'm willing to rewatch again are shows that, like, are very concrete. So, for example, there was this really, like, shoujo cutesy anime I watched called Akegami no Shirayuki Hime, red-haired Snow White. Very simple love romance slice of life anime. I would be willing to binge watch it just because I know exactly what I'm expecting. There's no like waiting for build up for anything. You know, the storyline is contained. You know exactly what you're getting per episode. And it's very simple, and so that's my problem. Is like that's probably what I'd have to pick as an anime like that. At the
Is it
same
a slice
time,
of life kind of thing?
Kinda, yeah. It's actually more fantasy than slice of life, but it has like
Okay.
It's not like overarching story. Does that make sense? It's very like
Got it. Yes.
It's very episodic, so it's very simple.
It's more like
not,
real life.
Kinda, yeah. So I'd be more willing to like binge watch something like that. That being said, if I could skip like the first season, I could probably binge watch Code Lyoko. There's an old show I used to watch when I was a kid that I liked, so I could probably do that one. Except the first season's awful, so that'd be hard. That's a hard question.
That's true. I remember rewatching Venture Bros, and the first season's pretty rough. Because like the main point for the first season is this payoff in the finale that leads into the rest of the show. It's like, well, if you know the payoff ahead of time, it's like, whatever. It's cool. I mean, right. I guess watching it once again is cool because you see all the hints. But a third time, I'd just be like, no, there's no point.
Right. In Code Lyoko, the first season was made by a different company that they switched over, and so the first company didn't know what they were doing with the IP, and so the episodes make no sense. There's no overarching story, and it's really badly written. And then after that, it got a lot better, more cohesive. So that's why it's like if I could skip the first season. But Avatar: The Last Airbender is also a really good choice.
Yeah, it's just a very feel good thing that you can just rewatch.
Yeah, it's true. It's got a good combination of that feel good overarching story, but not too stressful.
Yeah, Black Lagoon is very depressing.
The
subject matter and the episodes and the themes are quite dark in that show.
Yeah.
They deal with like
Psychopaths
human
has that
trafficking
problem
and shit.
too.
Okay, so
I could probably binge watch Steins Gate. It's
I need to finish
short.
Steins Gate.
You gotta finish it. It's really good. It's really good.
there's so many
wasn't
things
loving
to watch.
it, but
If
I was not hating it.
If you want to see an excellent representation of the relationship my boyfriend and I have, just watch the two leads. It's basically us. It's kind of creepy.
Doesn't sound healthy. I don't remember, but I thought he was super narcissistic.
I mean, it's okay. It's an extreme version.
I see. Okay.
Like, we've joked about the things that they've actually said in that show. Like, he's usually the one that's like, I'm gonna be great at everything, and I'm the one going, no, go back, come back down to earth, kind of stuff. So, he agreed when he watched it, so I'm not just throwing that out there.
So, who's next? Sarah?
Yes.
Oh, I guess it is me. Okay. What's your... Okay. Which console has your favorite controller?
PlayStation 3, because that's like the latest PlayStation I had. And I really like... I much prefer the PlayStation where how it's the two analog sticks is like in the same position.
Okay. Yeah. See, I'm the opposite. I really like the Xbox. Even though I don't really much care for like the Xbox system or its games, I like the controller.
I think it's a bit too big for me for some reason. I don't know why.
I like the PS4. I think for the shoulder buttons better.
PS4 seems like top heavy to me or something. Or maybe that's just me. I don't
It
know.
feels heavier.
The way the weight is distributed
Really?
seems weird to me. To me, at least. I don't know.
Compared to an Xbox or compared to the PS3?
Compared to the PS3.
Oh, that
Or
could
even
be.
the
I don't think
or even the PS2. Yeah.
The PS3
believe
is
that.
The PlayStation-
much lighter, I feel.
Yes.
I've been
I
to like
can
the
agree.
Sony
I can
stores
agree.
and like held the PS4 like, oh, this is pretty heavy. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
heavier than the Xbox One. I'm not sure. Xbox One feels
Yeah.
quite light.
Yeah, Xbox One feels quite light. Xbox 360 controllers are heavy and feel very bulky. I like the Xbox
Why
One, though.
Xbox?
This is the PC for a One. For people
I
who are
think
just
the
listening, I am
Xbox-
holding up a PC Xbox One controller right now.
I have the Xbox One right here.
Okay,
My
yeah.
PS4 one's in the other room right now. I feel like the PS4 is lighter than the Xbone controllers, but I don't know.
think it's not necessarily heavier. It's to me the way the weight is allocated is weird.
I
So
see.
like the handles feel light, but then it feels really dense over here. That's just how it feels to me.
The
though.
PS4 controller handles definitely feel super light.
Yeah, that's true. I think actually my second would actually be the PS2 controller. Funny enough.
That is fine. Definitely don't like the GameCube controller. I hate the triggers.
Yeah.
I really hate the triggers.
Okay, I'm really bad at Nintendo old consoles. Really bad. I'm just going to admit. What's
Yo.
the one with the 3 sections? Which one?
The
is that?
64.
64.
I don't like that one.
It's
How
pretty
do you
weird.
hold it? How do you
Yeah,
hold it?
I don't know what the
have
design
3
decision behind
hands.
that was.
I don't understand.
Because it's made for guys.
I think it's supposed to be like 2 controllers, so you can choose which one you want. But I don't know. Nobody I know does.
The one thing I
know.
don't like about the Xbone is the D-pad. I hate the D-pad. I much prefer the
really?
Sony
Yes.
D-pads because it's the rubbery.
Sony's just better all the way, man.
Yeah,
and
I
it's,
could see
and
that.
it's like
yeah.
and it's like split, right? It's not like one big piece. I really hate
Yeah,
that
yeah.
plasticky one big piece Xbone D-pad. I really hate that.
I can understand that. Yeah.
Well, then you really hate the Steam controller, which is
Oh.
like one circle. It's like one pit,
Right.
which is like different sensitive spots in it.
Do you
Oh,
press
jeez.
it?
You do press it.
How does that feel?
Not great.
Not natural.
Worst
Yeah, it's
purchase
weird.
of all time?
No. Whoa, that's a good question. Worst
purchase of all time.
All
All
time.
time. Oof.
The first thing that comes to mind, I don't think this is the best answer, but the first thing that came to mind is one time, back when it was still happening, I'd go to this yearly convention in Vegas called TAM, and one year I asked for the extra day off work, and I paid the extra like $100 for the Thursday ticket as well. And I ended up driving to Vegas, which I'd done before, but I get to Vegas like, what was it, like 6 a.m. on Thursday and just slept through the entire day and then woke up and it's like, oh, well, that was a waste of money.
Oh no.
Back when I had the DS, when I just bought the DS Lite, I also kinda, after a few months or a year, I also bought the PSP. And the PSP was a pretty bad one because I was like,
Yes.
the DS has more games, and I'm playing the
Yes, it
DS way
does.
more, and then I sold it off for like a loss, and then now I have it again. So like, what the fuck?
The PSP, I think, has better JRPGs. Maybe?
The DS Lite has
don't
quite
know.
a lot of quirky Japanese games,
Yeah.
but the PSP do have a lot of like more standard JRPG. I guess they do have quite a lot of that.
I have 2 very strange answers. One
Okay.
answer is one time someone was selling their Nook. I bought it for $100 and it didn't work.
Ooh.
And I waited
Craigslist?
so long to like. No, it was a friend of mine from school. Well, she wasn't a friend of mine. She was an acquaintance of mine from my undergrad. And I should have gone to her and been like, "This is broken." But at the point that I realized it, it was going to be too late. So I just broke. So I just gave it away. That was a pretty bad purchase. The other one on the list is also kind of a weird one. I was going to Scotland for a trip with our choir, and I forgot that in Scotland the voltage is different than the United States. Most of your plugs can do either, so like laptop plugs and most stuff can do either. But Nintendo, as a way, of course, of region locking, the the plug that comes with your Nintendo, depending on your region, only works for that voltage, and I didn't realize it. So I didn't realize till we got to the airport, because someone told me, because I brought my 3DS with me for the trip, and they warned me, they're like, because I had the plug, of course, but it didn't change the voltage, and they're like, no, Nintendo chargers don't change voltage. So I went to an airport shop, and I asked for a voltage changer, basically, and this lady swore that this one would work, and so I got it for like $40 there, because it was, of course, airport shop. It didn't work, and it fried my 3DS.
Oh.
It didn't completely fry it. Like, it was still usable, and thankfully I found someone else who would let me borrow their charger, but, like, the music was got staticky and weird, and it took a long time for it to turn on, and so I was super pissed. I then went and got the new 3DS, so, to like, compensate, so, oh well. But, yeah.
Were you able to do the transfer?
Yes, quite easily.
Nice. Okay, so who? Oh,
I asked that.
Yes.
So whose
You
question?
want another one from me?
So whose question? Is it me? Is it
Yes,
you?
you.
I think so.
Oh, right.
Yeah, take.
Okay, so the cheesiest thing that you watched or played that made you emotional.
Oh, easy. Easy because I know this. I'm aware of this one. I'd have to go with Bicentennial Man.
Bicentennial.
It's a Robin Williams movie
Never
about a
watched
robot who becomes a human being, and it's mehly written, but the
this one.
concept plus the soundtrack just got me to cry. I'm like, God damn it! I'm like, aware as I'm crying, like this isn't actually that. It's kind of cheesy.
It does not deserve my tears.
It's way too heavy-handed and not subtle at all. But it worked. AI artificial intelligence did the same thing, but
Was it because of Robin Williams? Was he good
he's
at in it?
definitely he's good. I mean, I really like Robin Williams, but yeah, he's good in it.
Is Undertale considered cheesy? Because I certainly felt like it was cheesy at first, and then I totally sobbed while playing. I'm just gonna put that there. I'm trying to think of what other ones. It didn't make me cry, but I watched Miraculous Ladybug, and I got way too into it than I should have.
I don't know what that is.
What is that?
It's a really stupid CG TV show. Don't watch it. It's not worth your time. But it's a kid show. People jokingly make fun of it because it's got a Sailor Moon-esque kind of story where it's got the love square.
Magical girls.
Well, it's you got two characters, a boy and a girl. In civilian form, the girl's in love with the boy. In superhero form, the boy's in love with the girl, but they don't know each other's identities. And
it's just like Sword Art Online without the incest.
I guess, yeah. But it's like I got like way too into it than I have any right to be. So I'm not sure if I would say emotional, but obsessive might be the better word.
You just want them to get together, right? That's.
Oh, definitely. I'm gonna be really mad because it's only season 1. Season 2 is coming out this summer, and I know they're still not gonna go know each other's identities. I don't even care if they get together. I just want them to know each other's identities.
Because
they
if
won't until, like the last episode.
If they do that, there's no longer the hook.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But it makes me so mad. That's why I'm too into it. It makes me mad. So that's
how I feel
would
with
say.
Black Lagoon, with the two main characters, and I guess this is cheesy, but the movie adaptation of Les Miserables, Hugh Jackman, Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't
And
know
Hugh
that's
Jackman at the end
cheesy.
when he
That's not
died.
cheesy.
Yeah. That's
Yeah,
legitimately
that's
sad.
cheesy. That's legitimately sad.
But because like
Wait,
I don't know.
which death is the one that gets you?
Hugh Jackman,
Okay.
right
yeah.
at the end.
Yeah,
Totally.
yeah.
Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah,
I also when I remember crying at this scene where they're singing like this is the sound of anger, and it just shows like all the people who have died so far in the movie, like Gavroche and the other girl and like all the resistance, like just a lot of people die, and it's really sad.
For me, it's Anne Hathaway's character always gets me.
I didn't get it.
Fantine, to me at least. But I watched the musical when I was younger, so I was more familiar with it. So like I knew that scene was coming, and it's still like.
Hugh Jackman made me cry twice already.
Why?
He's like
Got you in.
yeah. Son of a bitch.
I saw a really funny post. It was like from some old person on Facebook, and it was a picture from like the set of Logan, and it shows Hugh Jackman and the X-23 actress, and they're in the truck. He's like, they're all in full like battle scar makeup, and he's holding like the X-Men comic book that's in the movie. And so the caption for the story was, "This man got mugged while taking comic books home to his daughter, but he fought them off and he saved one for her. Like, applaud him." It's like, do you know what? Who told you the story? Like, why do you believe this? Like, it's just like, you're so out of the loop on this. It's insane. It's, false news.
Wait, okay.
Waiting.
It's not a show, but there's one episode of a TV show. It's really cheesy, but it makes me sob. That freaking dog episode from Futurama. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I do.
The one they
I'm
waited
trying to remember what
for
my
the
sad
master for
episode is.
how many years and then just died at the spot, right?
It's a little cheesy.
Yeah.
What are like the 3 saddest episodes? There's the dog one. There's the one where you learn about Fry's brother's fate. And there's the one where like Fry becomes really smart and then they cure him.
Oh, yeah.
It's like he has like an intestinal worms.
Oh, jeez.
But the intestinal worms like fix his brain up and make him smart. And like, we gotta cure you. And they do, and it makes him dumb again.
Wow, that's some
Well,
Flower
I mean,
for Algernon crap.
Well, he cures himself because it's making him like a dick. Like he doesn't love Leela when he's smart. But Leela loves him. Kind of thing.
Oh.
Awkward. Anyway,
yeah.
Stupid dog episode.
It's always the dogs. It's the fucking dogs.
It's always the dogs. It's the
Always the
worst
goddamn
episode.
dogs.
And it's because of the freaking ending credits too. Everything else is fine. It's the freaking ending credits. I hate it.
So that was a good question, I think. Sarah,
That's a really good one.
what's next?
Okay, this might be a hard one to answer. I know what I'm going to answer with. This might be kind of hard for peoples. What's your favorite Let's Play moment that you've had for yourself? Like, that you've recorded that's, in an episode or whatever. Like a moment.
This is really hard.
I really thought the episode I did with my girlfriend on the game Tricky Towers, I thought that was a really good video because we were actually really having fun with it, and I thought there was just a lot of laughing. It's not really a moment. I think that I choose that video is probably my answer, I guess. Mm-hmm. And probably anything memorable from the Tales from the Borderlands Let's Play I did with her as well. That's a good one too.
I don't think I really have anything. I can think of like kind of cool video game moments from Let's Plays, but I don't really remember. I don't have any like reactions or emotions I remember. There was a random. The closest I come to crying on camera, I played an indie game that had you as like an astronaut in a space shuttle. It's basically just like the plot is basically the same thing as the lyrics to the David Bowie song, like Major Tom. Yeah, so it's like, your wife's on the phone, she wants you to know that you love her, that kind of thing. And it's like a short 3-minute game. It's it's basically, it's not even really a game. I don't remember if you do anything other than just kind of float around the capsule and try and find a way to survive before you die, and just cuts to black at the end. And it's just really sad. But that song I've always found really sad anyway. Not my favorite moment, but it's a memorable one, I guess.
I remember when I finally killed Undyne in genocide mode. That was pretty crazy. I remember that one because, I had spent 7 hours doing it. Jeez. And I did it and I got so lightheaded. I was like I couldn't think. I was like, hold on, guys, hold on. I was just so relieved. And of course there's a delay, right, with the live stream. And so I'm waiting. I'm watching the comments. I'm waiting till people see that moment. And all of a sudden the comments go, ah! I'm just like, hold on a second. And so that was a pretty crazy moment for me. I probably never gonna happen again because I almost died that day. But
you're smart enough to avoid that terrible situation.
I had some friends that came to me like afterwards and were like, Sarah, please never do that to yourself. Like I was getting text messages from friends of mine being like, are you okay? Please stop. Because I was like, it was so bad.
How many hours did you try?
Between 5 and 7.
Holy shit.
It was a 12-hour live stream.
What is the one mission quest, whatever, that made you rage? It can be, you could have finished it or you maybe just stopped. So what is like one mission quest?
From any game?
From any game.
I was
know
going
the
to ask
answer
this
to mine.
question next.
Oh.
I don't have an answer for mine yet. Let me think.
My one is Grand Theft Auto. Was it San Andreas or was it Vice City? I'm pretty sure it's San Andreas. So the mission is you have to pilot this remote control plane, and you have to go around 3 different spots on the map to kill 3 different people in vehicles. So the remote, the toy plane is equipped with a machine gun. Of course it is, right? All good and all, but there's a time limit because the toy plane has a fuel gauge, and the fuel goes down so fast. You really need to balance like the acceleration and just gliding. And do you know how close I got to finishing that mission? I never finished it. It took me so many tries. So after killing those 3 motherfuckers, at the end you have to land back on a building. You know how close I got?
My gosh.
My plane hit the side of the building because it ran out of fuel.
Oh.
And then I was like, I'm done. Fuck this game. Fuck this mission. I'm not gonna play this shit anymore. So yeah. Seriously, fuck that game.
Oh my goodness.
Fuck that specific mission. The game was fine. The game was fine.
I cried over Genocide Sans. I eventually beat it, but like one night I was so mad that I couldn't do it that I like just cried. I was so mad. Mostly because I was mad because I wanted to get it over with because I knew people were waiting for me to finish it and to have it uploaded. So there was the pressure going on. But actual like legit rage quit. I still have not picked up this game to play it ever since this. But Alpha Protocol, there was a mission where you're supposed to protect this ambassador-like guy. It's been so long since I played, I don't even remember. You're supposed to protect this guy while all these other people are like throwing bombs and grenades at you, and it's the worst. And I could never win it. So I quit the game.
That's a rough game.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a specific thing that broke me in Omicron. But that game's definitely frustratingly unplayable and obtuse a lot of times. The thing I'm thinking of most, again, I can't think of a specific mission, but there was a old game. Like I don't know if it came free with my computer or what, but it was called Chips Challenge, and it was a top-down game. And basically, it's like a speed run game. Like you had to get to a goal in a certain timeline. And so you had to figure out, like, okay, first I should go right, pick up the green boots, let me walk on the green tiles, then I can get the blue key to open the blue. So it was kind of just like trial and error, figuring out the order to do things, as well as being kind of a reflex game, because you had to like dodge monsters and time your way through like fire traps and that kind of thing. And it had this annoying... It's on Steam. How much is it?
$2.
I never finished it. There's like
There's a bundle with
hundreds of
the
levels.
second game as well. Is $5.
There's a second?
Yep.
Wow, I might actually pick it up then, because I still have the muscle memory. It's been like over a decade, and I still have muscle memory for some of those puzzles. And I'd love to see the end.
It has a very Minesweeper aesthetic.
Yes, it's very old. Like the graphics are not a thing really, but if you failed at a level enough times in a row, it would ask you if you just wanted to proceed to the next level. And I just remember seeing that and being like, I don't need your handouts, Chips Challenge. I'm gonna beat this level.
I thought I had that moment, so I was playing this Kickstarter demo for a Metroidvania called Out Buddies, and so it's just a demo. I played it for the channel, and at the end of the demo, there's a mini boss. So that mini boss was tough as fuck. Seriously, it's too difficult to be a mini boss. So I died at least 3 times. So on the 4th try, I also died. And then when I went back, I was like, where's the boss? Did the game just think, oh my god, this guy is so horrible at this game, let's just fucking help him? I thought that was it. I actually said that when I was playing. I thought that was the reason. And the developer actually put in a comment on my on the comments on the channel, on the video. He said, actually, it's because you both died at the same time.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, oh, okay. And he said, yeah, I think the mini boss is a bit too tough to be a mini boss. I'm gonna change it a bit. Yeah, you better should.
That's cool.
Yeah, you probably should.
Not easy.
I just had like kind of that moment today as for the millionth time replaying Broforce, and this is one boss where I killed it, and then during its death animation I died. Like I'm not allowed to even move during the death animation, and I got killed by like a flying rocket. It's like, son of a bitch.
God.
That's the worst.
It was really infuriating.
So
I can't. Yeah, I wish I had it was you out of order.
You went out of order, so now it's Bo.
I wish I had a better answer though. I'm sure there's like some level at the Crash Bandicoot 2 or something that just broke me, and I can't remember what it is. Good question. Let's see. This is my last question I've written down. What is like an archetype or a cliche that you guiltily like? Like me, I kind of am a little ashamed of how much I like steampunk things. Like, I think I should be a little more discerning. There's enough steampunk things I don't like because they're that bad, but there's enough things that I do like because they're steampunk that I'm like, oh, I'm not super happy that I like that, but it did.
But
it
is
anyway.
that cliche though?
It's an archetype or a trope. I don't know what you'd call it.
Yeah.
It's not a trope. It's not original at this point. I guess that'd be a better way to say it. What thing do you like despite it being staggeringly unoriginal?
Anything that like has to deal with like inner demon stuff. So like stories that have to do with the idea of like it's something within the protagonist, like it's within them. Like either they've been crazy the whole time, or it's more of just like something that's within them that's become reality or something like that. Like psychological horror kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, another one I should add though. I have another one that I'm really ashamed to like are like chosen one tropes.
Right, that's
like
a good
you
one.
were the, yeah, like you're the chosen one.
That.
I
know,
don't
right?
like
Sorry.
chosen one
Chosen
tropes.
one,
Yeah.
I like the chosen one tropes because it makes me feel powerful.
Yeah.
It's like
it just feels more epic.
I'm totally a loser in real life. Just give me powers in video games and let me fuck everyone up. Okay?
Right.
This is fantasy.
Well, kind of similarly, I'm a sucker for the like heroic sacrifice trope. It's like, go on without me, and like he like runs off by himself, to, like fight 20 demons and die while they all scarper off or whatever.
I like that one too. I also kind of like when the game forces you to do something you don't want, like the like the No Russians level or the Phosphorus level in the Spec Ops, like the game doesn't give you a choice, you have to do it, but and it's always like something really really bad. I do kind of like that. And then,
you mean mechanically, or do you mean like narratively? Where like the game is going to block until I hit A to cut off this guy's head.
Narratively.
Got it.
But I like it when it's something that will affect the character emotionally or mentally. I kind of like that. I've seen that and liked it, and I've seen it and I hated it. It depends on the game. Like if the game is trying to be like, choose your own adventure, like it's an RPG where you choose the outcome. It's like, well then don't force me to do stuff like that. But if the game's like, here is the story, then it's totally cool. What is a trope that you fucking hate? I really hate the you're so powerful, let me take all your powers for now. Fuck you.
Unresolved romances piss me the crap off.
Like,
when it's
guys,
obvious.
Just get a room, take off your pants, and fucking do it.
Yeah, pretty much. If it culminates, okay, yeah, exactly. If it culminates, fine. But like the ones where like it's more like, well, we assume afterwards they get together, but you like have no reason to believe that, and so you just get that like tension the whole entire time. Yeah, and there's no closure. I hate that so freaking much.
Yeah.
I hate when
Like,
things
fuck
are
you and your
vague.
creativity. Give me closure. Fuck you.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
well, it's like just because you're vague and undetermined doesn't mean you're deep and artsy, right?
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
oh, Inception with the top.
With the top.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like, oh, what
You
does
could just
it
tell us.
mean?
Or
It doesn't
not,
mean
yeah.
anything.
Right.
It doesn't mean anything.
I was gonna piggyback off something. What were you saying you liked or didn't like?
I just said
No.
I don't like
It was the
Yeah.
romance.
I don't like-
The closure stuff in a romance. Yeah.
closure and romances.
I hate when
Oh, okay. I was gonna
they
say
make you
I
feel
don't
super
like.
powerful.
I don't know how to phrase this, but I saw it on Thursday. A good example is in the new Fast and Furious movie.
Right.
At the very end of the movie, 3 of the side characters. There's like 1 girl and 2 guys, and one of the guys is like, "Okay, finally, like you have to choose me or him." Well, 1, that's bad on its own, but 2, throughout the entire movie up to that point, I had no indication that there were any feelings between any of the 3 of them. There was no hint at a love triangle. And it's finally like, you gotta choose, like, ooh, they're gonna resolve the love triangle I didn't know existed at all. Just like,
Right.
what the heck?
yeah.
It's probably
So
a last
dumb.
minute decision by the writers or something.
I don't know. Did they lose scenes on the cutting room floor that would have explained this,
Probably.
or I'm guessing just lazy writing, where it's like there were a couple of
yeah.
scenes.
It is Fast and Furious. You don't.
Yes, like just don't even try.
While you
honestly,
can
guys.
while you can say that you don't go to that movie to watch this kind of thing, but you can also say then just don't do it.
Exactly. That's why when I see a movie like The Expendables, it's what I want. They don't worry about that. It's like I love that quote from Ron Swanson in Community. He's like, my favorite book is Moby Dick. It's a
Parks and
simple
Rec.
story about a man who hates nature. No, none of that flim-flammy metaphors or any of that. Yeah, Ron Swanson. Or whatever guy you said. Not the one I said.
Okay.
Parks and Rec, yeah.
So whose turn is it now? I don't even remember.
That was my question for the archetype. It's your question.
Right.
Although I guess we could skip you because you did one out of order. If you
Fine.
wanted to be skipped this round,
Let's go, Sarah.
up to you. Okay.
So
Sarah.
these are. So are we? Do we want to keep? Because I have a bunch of random questions that are not related to video games or anything. Do we want to do those, or should I just think of something else?
Let's try. Give us one.
All right.
Lay it on.
What's your least favorite color of clothing to wear?
Pink.
Orange.
I'm not a fan of like I like blue, but I don't like a really bright blue, like a lighter
Okay.
than teal kind of blue, like a baby blue,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
guess.
Oh, okay, got it. Look at all these colors. That's it.
Salmon's worse. Puke green.
Yeah. Dark yellow.
Uh,
I just hate the color orange and brown. Ugh.
what is a food
Don't like
that you want to try really bad, but you think you won't like it?
I want to try it.
Let me think.
Don't like it. Oh, I'm very curious about how bad that Icelandish dish of the like
Ooh.
rancid shark is.
Ugh. Why do you want to try that?
I don't know that I want to try it. I'm just very curious. Like, I'm pretty sure as soon as it's in the same room as it, I would not want to eat it.
You will know when you're in the same room with
Exactly. Yeah. I was curious, how bad could it be? I'm sure
So-
it lives up. I just want to know how bad.
So whenever if anybody asks me like what American food, whatever that I want to try really bad because we don't really get American here, I say Philly cheesesteak. But I've also actually tried quite a few different Philly cheesesteaks here that is made by like American chains that came over.
Yeah.
And I wasn't that like. It was like, is this it really? That's like, is this really it? So I want to try like authentic one, but I'm afraid like it actually just tastes like whatever I already had. So I'm just like,
I get that. Cow brain?
Cow brain.
brain. Who eats cow brain?
That's a thing.
Texas.
What's it called?
It is a thing. I think I eat it in France and I think in some parts
Right.
of Mexico.
What's the craziest thing you guys have ever eaten?
Cow tongue.
Where? What
Japan.
cuisine? Japan. They eat cow
Yeah,
tongue?
yeah. Well, at least this one place we went to. Although they probably don't all like it because we ate it with it was an old work friend of my dad's that he knew, and he took us to this like 7-course meal. We were so stuffed we couldn't eat everything, and we had cow tongue, and I didn't like it, but my brother liked it, and and the man he brought his wife, but the guy and his wife they were like, "Oh, you like it? Like, which please have ours." So my poor brother had to eat like 3 cow tongues.
Aren't they like huge?
I imagine they're pretty large.
They're like this big.
Okay.
They're very dense. Like you eat it, it tastes like
It's a
that
muscle.
tongue would. It's a muscle, so like you eat it and it feels like it just gets more and more concentrated and dense. It's really weird. It had like a weird barbecue sauce on it. It was very strange.
I see.
So yeah, cow tongue.
Chocolate covered crickets were pretty good.
Mm.
I mean, they don't taste like anything. It's kind of just like a little bit of chocolate on a weird crunchy thing. It's more of a bad texture than a taste.
Yeah.
I ate
don't like
in Thailand deep fried worms.
I'd eat that. I'd absolutely eat that.
I liked it. It was just like salty chips, basically.
I was gonna say I probably could eat it.
It's not worse than I think clams are worse. Clams are grosser than worms, probably.
Clams are grosser. I will eat clams, but man, when they're when they're huge, like I had in Japan, they had like these huge clams, and oof.
One thing I did not like chicken feet. I had chicken feet. I did not care for it.
Chinese base, I'm guessing.
It's homemade actually, but from a white guy I know, he just really likes making exotic food. Like he went to France to try and become like an apprentice butcher.
Oh, right. Interesting.
I don't know if he succeeded or not.
Chicken feet is pretty common in like Chinese cuisine.
Yes, it is. Yeah, it's definitely a Chinese dish.
It's like stewed chicken feet, but all you eat is like skin, mostly.
It tastes like whatever you put on it, like butter and salt or whatever, and it's just a lot of work to try and scrape it off. I mean, it feels weird and it looks weird and the texture is not. It's just has no redeeming quality.
Right.
I like escargot.
I would try escargot.
If you put butter and garlic in it, it's basically like tiny mussel. Like you have mussels in the It's like that. That's like that but smaller. So it really doesn't taste weird.
Question?
I'm out until this last one. I can come up with something really dumb if you want me to, but it's waste everybody's time.
I'm basically out. The other questions are not that good. What about you, Sarah?
I have other questions. They're all kind of dumb, but I have one that I think might be kind of fun. One more. What piece of future, quote unquote, technology do you wish already existed in our time? Well,
I've seen bionic arms before. I know it's a thing, but it's not affordable yet. I mean, it's pretty affordable, I guess, if you look at it, but it's not like super mainstream yet. And like if you connect it to the nerves, it's still not like super dexterous and stuff like that. So like super so like Deus Ex bionic shit.
Okay, cool.
I'll chop off my arms for that. Yeah.
That's a good question, actually. Yeah, would you chop off your arm to really get a better arm? I don't know. This is my number one choice for sure, but one of the things I'm looking forward to the most, because I think it'll happen in my lifetime, is ubiquitous, like just wireless energy. So we don't need to charge anything ever again. It's just like it somehow just like wirelessly gets power from the wireless infrastructure if it exists somehow.
Pretty sure that was a plot of a Nancy Drew game I played once. Anyway.
Oh, interesting.
That would make it pretty easy to blow shit up, would it?
I don't know.
Wireless power surges.
I have two. I can't really decide between one that's just a fun answer and one that's just more convenient. The fun answer is hoverboards. Like legit hoverboards.
That would never be made. That confusion lied to us.
But anyway. But like a more practical answer, like Mass Effect good translators.
Oh yeah,
that's a good one.
Babelfish.
That's a good one.
Exactly.
So yeah, I think we're all out of questions.
I also
we're
wouldn't mind like
good.
a Matrix type thing, like not a literal Matrix, but
Like
like
slow mo.
no, like virtual
Virtual
reality.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
virtual
I wonder-
reality way to surf the internet kind of thing.
I wonder if
Yeah.
that would fuck you up.
It has the
Probably.
potential to, for sure.
Pretty
Like you
sure
never want to
it's
leave, and then like
Yes.
Inception had that, right? They
Yeah.
wake up and like they like
It's
just
a pretty
feel so
common
disconnected to the
trope.
real world. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like one of those
common
things.
trope.
I don't remember the name of it, but like if you come across like one of the possible ways we can discover life in space is if you just come across a planet that it's like basically 100% defense systems, because underneath the planet's surface, the entire like race has decided to just live in their own matrix, and it's just the defense systems have to protect it, which is weird.
Okay, so are we done, guys?
I think we're done.
Yes.
Yeah, this is pretty fun.
Yeah.
This has been episode 100. Holy shit, we did 100 of these. What the
Wow.
fuck? 2
Woo.
years.
Well,
Is
you
it
were
also-
all 2 years. I was
When is
barely a year.
when is our like 2-year anniversary? Like, are we like doing? Is it even the thing that we track and are gonna
Not
do
really.
anything for?
Not
I don't
really.
think so. That's fine.
But we started in June somewhere. June-ish.
Okay.
Yeah. So yes, where can people find you guys if they want to know more about y'all?
Even
Sarah?
You wanna-
more. What's there left?
Even
to-
more. Even after 100 episodes. Where? Sarah, where?
If you want to find more about me, you can find me under Sarahscopic, SARAHSCOPIC. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. Hit me up.
And I'm Foehamner in all the same places: YouTube, Facebook, etc., Twitter.
And I'm Pupunoob. If you're watching this, you're already on the channel. So the subscribe button is just right down below. So like it's over here. I think it's like here. Go down a bit. So yeah.
Punch your mic.
Yep. Yeah, this has been episode 100 of the playonultra podcast. Thank you so much for anyone that's been listening since episode 1. I wonder if there is any.
Yeah. Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
You're cool.
That would be interesting. Yeah. We like
Feel free to lie and say you are.
Yeah, feel
That's
free.
true. We wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah, we wouldn't know because we don't have that kind of analytics anyways. So,
Yeah, exactly.
That
So
kind
yes.
of online accountability.
yeah. So yeah, thank you very much for watching and listening. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
What?